You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network. TESPN.
All right, welcome to this week's TESPN Podcast, and this is the first spring sport that we've had a chance to sit down with, and it's boys lacrosse. These guys off to a good 2-1 start. We've got seniors Taylor Benson, Caden Clark, and Lawson joining us here today. You guys have all been in this program since at least the 9th grade, and we've had our ups and downs, but it sounds like this year team's doing really well, confidence levels are high. Would you all say this is probably the best talent and commitment level of any of the teams you've been on here so far?
I believe so, especially this year. We've really gotten into the accountability side of it. So a lot of these younger kids are coming in, never playing lacrosse, but then they're realizing they have to practice on the weekends. They have to practice outside of school's practice to get better and to get on the field. So the idea of accountability is really bringing the team together.
Yeah, how does it compare to past years for you, Lawson?
It's just guys are showing up to play, bringing it more competitive in practice, more competitive in games, and just the attitude going into games is like years prior. We'd play a lot of these powerhouse schools like Collegiate or St. Chris, and guys are going in thinking we're going to lose before the game. But this year we're bringing it, and we believe we can win in every game.
Yeah, and I agree with what they said. But also, I think my freshman year we had the seniors such as like Walker Ferguson, Jack Jenkins, who were very good lacrosse players. They led us to the state tournament, and I think that we've got a really good shot of making it back there, which hasn't happened in, I guess, 3 years since.
Right. Caden, you mentioned teaching the young players accountability, and as coaches, we love hearing about those life lessons and character development. But specific to young players, or even just new players in general, who are some guys that may be new to the team, whether it's transfers or I know some football guys who've come out and played for the first time, or just young talent. Who are some folks that we as Titan fans should be keeping an eye on this year?
I mean, we have kids like Jay Williams and Deuce Edwards who are very dominant on the football field, both committed to go D1. We have kids like Ethan Owens, who's transferred from Cosby, coming to play D-pole, very talented, big guy. We have Ashton Lawler, transferred from Freeman. Just new bodies that are bringing cultures from different areas and different teams that's really come together and merging. It's like the last puzzle piece almost.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I think we've got some kids who's been in the program for a while now. Zach Pruitt, I mean, I think he had 3 or 4 goals last game. He stepped up in a big way. Also, Sam DeFran, he's just a big body who just is good at crease.
Another probably future Division I football player.
Definitely. He's got a lot of offers.
Yeah, and I love, Caden, what you said about the puzzle piece. I mean, I always think of teams this way, that you need every piece of the puzzle to be the complete picture. It doesn't mean every piece is the exact same size. Mm-hmm. Some people have a bigger role than others. For you, obviously, as the goalie, you have a huge role. If you remove you from that puzzle, there would be a giant hole there. But I do want to ask each of you, Lawson, we'll start with you since you didn't really get a chance to answer the last question. How do you view your own role in the team? What piece of the puzzle, what do you bring to the puzzle?
Well, I face off. That's a huge position. It's after, if you don't know lacrosse, after you score, you face off. So it's such a unique sport because any team can keep possession of the ball for not the entire game, but like most of the game, especially if you have a good face-off guy. Me and actually Ashton Lawler have been controlling that aspect of the game. And that's just like something I've really been working on for the past few years. I'm really excited to get to be on the field and compete.
And Taylor, how about you?
I'm kind of the offensive facilitator on the team. I may not score as much as like Greg or Zach, because they've probably got a better shot than me, but I'm there to make assists. I'm there to dodge. I'm there to like start the offense up and create some plays to help us score.
And you're the goalie. It takes a special kind of crazy individual to get between the sticks there. What's that like? I mean, guys are firing shots at you, like 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it forever. I remember it started I used to play attack, and I was at practice one day, and our goalie got hurt, and like coach standing there, who's gonna be the goalie? And I raised my hand, and it's kind of been since 3rd grade. It's been like that. So,
you ever get scared?
Not really. I mean, you kind of just get used to it. Like you just kind of lose feeling in your legs.
Yeah.
Just
I A lot of people might not know this, but the first few years I worked here, I was an assistant coach for girls lacrosse with Coach Sneed, and we only had one goalie. And so when we'd scrimmage, like, I'd get in the other goal, and like I didn't have pads. I mean, I put a helmet on, but like, I mean, even the girls, man, like some of those girls, I mean, I had just hit my shins, like, oh, the lacrosse ball is hard. So I did not personally enjoy it. So the fact that you embrace that speaks to your courage or craziness, or maybe a little bit of both. Taylor, you mentioned a few minutes ago trying to get back to the state tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's a goal, but could you all just speak on what your team goals are for the year, and then for each of you, maybe individually, what goals you're trying to accomplish? Taylor, we'll start with you.
Yeah, like I said, we just want to get back into the tournament, and I think that our main goal for the season is to have a winning record. I mean, we face some juggernaut teams, like we just played Norfolk Academy, Collegiate. But I think in the Norfolk Academy game, if we take away that first quarter, it showed that we can't compete with any of these teams. We got to put our minds together, and we want to have a winning record for sure.
Sure. Adding on to what Taylor said, like I think the big goal right now is 12-6.
Yep.
So it's not just a winning record, but a good winning record.
Yep.
So we're trying to minimize these losses that are caused by our error. Like a big thing we're trying to fix right now is just uncaused turnovers. Just people like late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, will get lazy, start throwing the ball out of bounds. It's just the little things, and once we get all that wrapped up, we'll be good. So.
Yeah, I think a big goal for our team is last game of the season, our senior night. We played Benedictine, last game of the regular season because we're going to the state tournament, and we lost to them last year. Didn't like how we played last year, but I think this year we're going to go. We got them at home. We're all got that date saved, looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, I think everybody knows how much I value that rivalry. So if at all possible, I hope to be at that game and cheer you all on to maybe get that revenge. And Taylor, you mentioned Norfolk Academy, Collegiate as a couple very strong teams that you just played NA. I think y'all played Collegiate today.
Yeah.
And there's others, I'm sure, on your schedule. I mean, Virginia Independent School Lacrosse is really good, and you all play some of the best teams in the state. But Taylor, I want to ask you, like as a guy who played football, and there were some teams that didn't want to play, and that's a physical sport. And Caden, you played football this year as well. Can you just talk about the mindset of going into those games as an underdog, knowing that they've got fast, strong, athletic, college-bound talent all over the field, but how you are willing to accept that challenge?
Yeah, and I mean, I think for Norfolk Academy and Collegiate, they chose not to play us in football this year. And that just shows that, I mean, yes, they are lacrosse players. I think we have a more athletic team than they do, especially with J-Dub and Ashton Lawler. We're going to be sure to bring some firepower, especially this game. We brought a lot to it last game. And I think if we just bring in that fear factor, I think that we'll be able to outcompete them.
I mean, that's bringing it back to it. Football, especially here, we just have like such a winning culture. We have the standard, they call it.
Yeah.
And that is kind of started to transition to lacrosse in its own way, where it's the idea that we're no longer just going to be like everybody's senior night. We're not going to be, the team are like, oh, it's Trinity. You know what I mean? We're going to be, oh, it's Trinity. Here we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really relate to playing football, but I think I'm still an athlete even though I didn't play football. But no, we really like having those football guys on our roster bring a different kind of energy to the field. I think other teams feel it too. So.
All right, well, let's finish it up with a little lightning round and just ask y'all some kind of quick questions. First thing that comes to mind. So we'll start with we'll go down the line. Lawson, Caden, Taylor, what's your pregame hype song?
Oh, it's got to be Act a Fool remix, only on SoundCloud. Yes. Listening to that this morning in my car coming to school. Coming fired up.
I bet you were bringing it in the first class today.
Oh, yeah. I'd study all, didn't.
What a waste.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go It's a Long Way to the Top by AC/DC.
I've probably got two. I got Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. And then I've got Right Above It by Lil Wayne. Those are good songs.
How about like a pregame meal or snack?
Ooh. Pedialyte drink a Pedialyte on game day. I love those. I don't know what it is. I feel like I got an addiction to them. I just keep drinking them. But that and Cliff Bar probably just before the game. I don't like to have a super full stomach while I'm running.
I like to have a good white bread sandwich, like peanut butter and jelly, crunchy peanut butter, strawberry jam. You know, it's kind of like makes me play good. I think it's just that every time that and some water.
Yeah, I probably just have water and some fruit, like maybe an apple and some peanut butter. Not any big meal, just to keep me light.
Favorite class you've taken at Trinity?
Academic-wise, probably IB Global Politics with Mr. Jones.
I think I'll be up there with the histories. I like IB Geography with Mr. Seaton.
I gotta say probably IB Chemistry with Dr. Fisher. That was probably my favorite class.
Okay. A lot of strong students up here as well, so the student athletes. Obviously, college is right around the corner. What's y'all's plans for next year?
Like the school we're attending?
Correct, if you know.
I'm going to Hem City College.
I'm undecided, but most likely Penn State.
I'm going to the University of Virginia. Go Hoos.
My man, wahoo wah.
There you go.
In 10 years, where do you think you will be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Maybe. I was thinking recently, I've been thinking about joining service, going and serving my country. But other than that, I really do not know.
10 years, the plan is to still be in med school. That's the plan.
I'm gonna try really hard at UVA and try and get into the comm school and try and get a job from there. But I mean, that's a very hard school to get into. But
I believe in you, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my hardest.
And finally, if you could go on a vacation anywhere in the world and money was no object, where would you love to go spend 10 days? All expenses paid.
It's got to either be Brazil or somewhere in Italy.
I think I'd have to go to the Swiss Alps. Just go and enjoy it.
I gotta go Costa Rica. I mean, I feel like that'd be an awesome spot to go to, or Hawaii.
All right, we got the mountains, we got the tropics, and something in between. It's been fun, guys. Thank you all so much. Really excited about the great start to the boys lacrosse season. Coach Daly and the guys, you can just hear in their voices their commitment level this year. And hopefully TESPN will be out at several games broadcasting you guys. And just good luck today against Collegiate. We know that's going to be a tough battle against those Cougars. And just good luck the rest of the way. It was Lawson Good, Caden Clark, Taylor Benson, and I'm Coach Hamlin, and we will see you next time.